I'm Claudia, and I am 12 years old, and I had a dream last night. It was another zombie dream that I had, and it was crazy. So, it was a sunny day outside, and I woke up. I went downstairs to the TV in the living room, and I turned it on. And I was just watching my cartoons, and then all of a sudden, the news popped up saying that everybody stay inside, that there's zombies outside, and we all gotta stay inside, lock your doors, and all that. So I went straight to my mom. She's like, wow, really? So after that, she started locking the doors, locking the windows, not really boarding up, but she was closing the curtains. Then the whole house was dark. So she turned on the kitchen light, right? And we didn't really know. So we went upstairs to my room and we just went to sleep. So the next day, I didn't go downstairs yet, but I looked through curtains. When I say out, it was packed with zombies outside. It was like everywhere. Like we had nowhere to escape. It was everywhere. In our backyard, in our front yard, on the streets. It was everywhere. And I went to go tell my mom, and she was like yelling and screaming and all that. She was scared. So we just went downstairs, right? And it was getting dark all of a sudden. And the news popped up again. They said, go hide in a room, or something like that, because these zombies are turning into these big creatures. So I went to go tell that to my mom too, and she was starting to rush me, telling me to go in a closet or somewhere like that, which have no windows. So after we went inside the closet, closed the door, we locked it, and then we started hearing these banging outside our house. And it was like very loud that we can hear it. So me and my mom started praying and all that, and it started to go away. And so we just went back to sleep again. So the next day, I opened the door, went outside, looked through the curtains, and everywhere was stranded. Like there was nothing at all. So I told my mom that. She went to grab her keys, and her car keys, and we went to go to my grandparents' house. Luckily, they were okay, but they didn't know what was going on, like at all. And it's weird for them to always stay in the house like the whole day, because they always like going outside and all that. And for them to like not go outside and just stay in the house, I think that's odd. They were safe. So when we arrived there, we told our grandparents everything. They was like, they didn't know that we just stayed inside the house. After we told them that, my grandpa started to put like this cement thing on the windows, and he grabbed his axe and his chainsaw, and we went back in the car to leave. So after that,
why did you go back in the car to leave?
I really don't know.
Didn't you say you had a dream, like another thing came on TV with the nuke?
Yeah, that's when we got inside the car.
Okay, tell them about that part.
I was gonna do that. So it was like, since we still had our phones on us, the broadcast thing turned on saying, get out of Florida. We're about to nuke it in one day. Then I was scared. I was telling my mom, like, Mom, we gotta get out of here, like, because they're finna nuke Florida. And
in one day.
In one day. So we rushed Grandma and Grandpa in the car, and my mom was speeding out of there to go to Georgia. So when we were rushing, we saw a few zombies running towards the car. When I say they were fast, we were hitting like 50 miles per hour or something like that, more. But it was like they were still faster than that. Like, so my mom was trying to like run. She was hitting 100 miles per hour. We're going in the highway. There was cars everywhere. So it's kind of hard for us to like get through them.
What were the cars doing? Trying to get away too?
No, the cars were just there. It was like everybody got out of the cars and left it there on the highway. It's like they ran away.
Because from the zombies or from
the zombies. So after we got away, we went to this like, I forgot what it's called, but you have to go through it to either to go to Georgia.
Oh,
I forgot what it's called. So
the exits?
Yeah, the exit.
For Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like, I checked my phone and they said we're gonna nuke the place in under 1 hour. And that's when we just got out of Florida. So we were trying to get away from the exit of Georgia, so we won't be like that close to Florida, because I guess we were scared that it was gonna slightly be in Georgia too. So we got away and we went into this house. It was like this abandoned house, and we started like covering the windows. Some windows were already boarded up, and some people started to knock on our doors because they saw us coming in here. They're like, can we stay here please? We're scared. We don't have anything. We have 2 kids. Like, can we stay? And then I went to you and asked you. You said, yeah, sure. So they brought their kids inside of there, and they came in with their food and their water. And then my mom was starting to ask them questions. I don't really remember them, but my mom was starting to ask questions to them. So after that, we were just putting down our things, talking about what's happening, all that. So after that, it was starting to get dark again. We thought that it was only in Florida, so we didn't really think about it like that. But it seemed like the zombies knew that they're gonna nuke Florida. So they all went like running outside of Florida. Like they went to Georgia, some went to Alabama, some went to a lot of different places around Florida.
Out of Florida.
Out of Florida. So after we saw that, we were starting to get scared because it was like getting dark and all that, and we knew what was gonna happen when it gets dark. So we started running all over the place, seeing where we can hide. The one of the people, the people that came knocking on our door, they found a basement that we can hide in. So we all went running to a basement. We told them to get.
Lock the doors and stuff?
There was no lock to the doors. The doors were like, it was broken. It was an abandoned house. So we went inside the basement instead and locked the basement door. We asked them, did you get y'all food and all that? Because it's gonna be, you guys are gonna be hungry. And they said, no, we forgot it upstairs.
Oh my God.
I was like, then one of you guys gotta go upstairs real quick to grab some of y'all food at least to come down here. It was like, one of them was like, okay, I'll do it. So they went upstairs, and then they were starting to scream and all that. Like, they were screaming, and then they rushed back here, locked the door and all that, and they were starting to hide behind us. And we were like, it's like something was banging on the door hard to the point that it seemed like it was gonna fall down. And me and my mom was going upstairs to like kind of push that back the door or something to like so it won't fall. It's like
hold it back.
Yeah, to hold it back. Sorry.
It's okay.
And it kept like putting more power until each push like kept trying to put it down, but it couldn't. So it just left. Well, we thought it left. We all went back to sleep again on the floor, and we woke up. I opened the door.
Why did you open the door?
Because I wanted to see what was out there. I didn't really see nothing at first, but when I turned my head around the corner, I saw like 2 zombies coming in through the house. Then I rushed back in the basement, rushed to lock the door, telling everybody to be quiet. There's 2 zombies in the house. And they're like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? We can't escape. And we told Grandma and Grandpa to just stay in here because, you know, they're old. So we grabbed the chainsaw and the axe that my grandpa brought, and we went up there, and we had to be stealthy. So we had to like kill the zombies without them knowing that we're here, which was kind of hard because there was a lot of stuff on the floor. There was a lot of trash on the floor that can make noise, and we didn't want that. So we had to be very careful. We killed one of them without them knowing that we were here. But one of the people that came inside, they like stepped on a paper thing, like a crumbled paper thing, and the zombie was like going crazy looking for them. And then it found one of us, and it started to attack. And when my mom saw that he was attacking us, she went behind him because she had the chainsaw, and she cut their head off. And then I was just screaming because like it was scary to see a zombie's, it was a person, but to see something's head cut off, it's like scary. So I was just screaming. It's like I was just shaking because I had nothing to say. Then my mom was telling everybody to let's go in the car, let's go. And we went to go past my uncle.
Did we get in the car?
Yeah, we did.
So,
we went in the car, we left the place, and we were just going somewhere. I don't know which place, but we were going somewhere. And we went past my auntie and uncle and my cousin, Uncle James.
But they're down here.
I know, but we saw them up there.
Okay.
So we saw them, and I was like, hi Uncle James, hi Auntie Vicky. They're like, oh my gosh, are you guys okay? Because they saw blood on me, right? And I was like, yeah, it was just zombie's blood. And they were like, oh, okay. And then I was asking them, where are y'all going? It said we're going to this shelter in Georgia. And I told them that we could bring them there, and we could probably stay at the shelter too. So they got inside the car. It was getting a little crowded because, you know, it was a small car, like just 5 seats. And there was like about 8 of us. So it was getting crowded. So we brought them inside the car. We drove off to the place that they said we went to that shelter, right? And then everybody, it was a lot of people there, and we were just talking to people about the craziness coming outside and that they turn into these weird things at night and that we should be careful. They were like, oh, okay. They had weapons for us just in case. And once it turned night, it was like everything, like all the lights turned off. Because, I don't know, they just turned off all the lights. And we were like, what's happening? What's gonna happen? They said they always did this when it's nighttime, so like they won't see, they won't know that we're here.
Who won't know?
The zombies.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, fine. But it was hard to see each other, so I don't really know where you guys were at. I was starting to get lost. So I just stayed in one place and sat down because I couldn't see nothing. So that whole night, I just had my eyes wide open. I was alert because I can't see nothing till it was day. So when I saw the sun was starting to rise, I started to get up because I could see more. And I was very far away from you guys. And I was like, I felt something weird outside. Like, I started to run to you guys, telling you guys that I feel something weird, that we should leave here. Right? You guys were like, no, it's all good here. Here is safe. It's good here. I was like, no, guys, I think we should leave. They were like, no. The shelter.
They?
The people. The
Okay.
people, Uncle James, Auntie Vicky. And they're saying, no, it's safe here. Why can't we just stay? I kept telling them that I feel like something's going to happen here, that we should leave before anything really does. They're like, no, we're staying. And I was like, fine. Then I went to you. You said, okay, because you trusted in my
Spirit?
Yeah, spirit.
The Spirit of God doesn't lie.
So you're like, okay, let's go. And right when you said, okay, let's go, the entrance were like getting filled with zombies. Like somebody opened the doors like on purpose.
Oh.
And they let the zombies in. And then when they saw that, they came running to us. They're like, oh my gosh, we gotta get out of here, but where? So we were just looking around for any exit, and we couldn't find one. So we had to like go past the zombies, like throughout the people, hoping that they won't see us, so we can go through the exit that they got in. So we did that, but one of the zombies saw us going out, and they started chasing us.
Who is us? Be
Us,
specific.
all of us, the people that, well, not like the whole shelter, but a group. My grandparents, my auntie, my uncle, the people that came with us, those. So we started to run to my mom's car. We all hurried, like we all rushed into my mom's car. Couldn't close the door because it was too filled, and you just drove off with the car open. So we had to stay together to make sure we don't fall out of the door.
But we were able to fill in the car before, while we can't fill it in
Because
now.
we rushed. We couldn't like properly do it.
Okay.
So we had to stay together, making sure that we don't fall
So
out
it was
of the
one door that was open?
Yep. It was one door that was open, and we had to make sure we don't fall. So we went out. It was like we went further and further. We just kept on going
Kept on driving
without us really knowing where we're at. We just drove to drive. So that's really all I remember in my dream. It was a very long dream, but yeah, that's my dream.
Okay.